flowers.
You.
You look sparkalicious.
Sparkalicious.
Sparkalicious, dreamy, all the above.
Can you tell?
All right, so we are live, ladies.
Hi.
And gents. Hi, everybody. This is our first theme network Tuesday. Yes. So we want to do some networking. This is all the brainchild of the one and only Ginette from Butterfly Dreams and Metamorphosis. She's the one in, if you can guess it, the butterfly. So I'm going to go, if you can too, just for a second while we're doing this, share the show. It's on the TED Show page. And I'm going to do that right now. And then we can talk as we're all kind of getting our alcohol together. I mean, our libations, our coffee, whatever it is that you do. Because I want people to see, I want people to find out that there are creative people still in the world. I'm not one of them, but I hang out with a lot of cool creative people. And this was Ginette's idea to get dressed up. This is as close as I could get in between shows. But you guys did a phenomenal job. So welcome.
Welcome.
Cheers.
All right, can you all see each other and I'm the only one who can't see all of you now?
I can see you.
We can
oh
see
God,
you.
this always happens. I'm gonna have to log back in because I can't see any of you.
Oh, well.
Why does this always happen to me in the middle of the Zoom?
That's definitely operator error. I hate to tell
no,
you.
it is.
I want to throw you some love on that, but that is not really.
Oh, shut up. All right, I'm gonna try to go back in on my phone.
All right, so I want to talk, introductions would be great, and then we can just talk about networking, because I think we're all living in a new world where networking has basically stopped in the way that we used to do networking. But all of us are really good at keeping in touch with people, still trying to figure out our way in this technology-driven world that we live in right now, all of us marketing souls. So I'm going to start at the top because that's how I see it. But maybe I should start with Ginette, because honestly, Ginette's the one that has the brainchild. She's got Butterfly Dreams and Metamorphosis. So tell us a little bit about you, Ginette, and kind of your idea for how this is all going to go down.
Okay, so like he said, my name is Ginette, and I am the proud owner of Butterfly Dreams and Metamorphosis. We provide event hosting, theme parties, and all in between here in Central Florida and surrounding areas.
Oh my God, I lost it.
Happening right now, we are also doing a ton of virtual activities. A lot of them are free. We decided to make a YouTube page. We are doing so many fun things, including video messages, personalized video messages from someone's favorite character, text messages, story time in the kitchen, all the above, including story time with yours truly. And I thought it would be fun to do a Zoom theme networking event and have yours truly host it, as long with yours truly, Ted, as well. Thank you for having me. And we also have a guest speaker, Miss Lisa Perez, with the Coaching Confidant, and she'll explain more later, but we work together a lot, and she is a positive development coach, and she will explain herself, but we work very close together. We are very close friends, and I'm glad everybody can join and watch us and get some positive information.
I love this idea. I love it. And so tell them, obviously I know why you're wearing it. Is there where did you get the wings from? I have to know that. Where did you, did you make them?
Well, I did not make them. They are kind of old, but I used to wear these when I was Princess Sparkle in the beginning of my company. My company is about to turn 14 years old.
Wow.
April 25th. And Princess Sparkle was the first princess with Butterfly Dreams. And since then, Princess Sparkle has retired for some years now. But I thought I would kind of match the invite that we made, on the TNT invite. So I thought, why not match I'll show you right here, but I wanted to I'm wearing the same top and wings and a flower halo. So
you did good. You put a crown on me, which is good. I like the whole concept. Anytime I can dress out a character and be more of a character than I already am, I'm very excited about that. All right, so we obviously are going to get to our speaker, Lisa. Do you go by Lisa or Lisa?
Lisa.
Lisa. Okay, Lisa. So I'm sorry, I had to let Eileen back in, so give her a hard time. What about you, Monique? You're all dressed up. You got a hat on.
Yeah, I miss my line dancing. So I thought, okay, let me put my little vest on, my jewelry. Just hanging out today and went to my day's office and came home and.
Monique, tell us about yourself. Introduce yourself and your business.
Oh, about myself. Oh, I'm sorry.
I love it when somebody else takes control. I can drink more. This is awesome.
That's why you
Okay, Monique with Southeast Home Inspections. Been around for 13 years. My husband Claude does all of the inspections and I do all the marketing. And I always say, if you're looking for a calm inspector and doesn't talk too much and takes his time very calmly. If clients come, he doesn't make them all nervous and he only does one home a day and gets the report out the same day. And when you're home in one home a day, you're actually in the home for quite a few hours. You're not in there in and out because, you know, if you do 2 and 3 a day, then of course you're in the home 1 hour and you're out and they don't get the report for 3 days. But we do it a little differently. We're all about customer service. And we love our agents and we treat their buyers like family.
She's
And
also the candy lady.
I'm the candy lady. I'm the one that brings the candy to many, many offices and I enjoy it. And they love it. And yes, a lot of them call me the candy lady. But
You like
I'd
it.
rather
All
be
right.
called a candy lady than something else. So
I have to learn to acquiesce. So Ginette, just stop me. Tell me to twist my crown or do something if I get too overly in charge. I'm not used to this. This is good. Good lesson for me.
we're co-hosting together.
You're very kind. I'll let you take the reins.
but that's all. So give it back to Ginette or you.
We're giving it to Ginette. I like this.
I think everybody should mute themselves unless they're speaking. That helps any background noise as well. But you know, I love everybody explaining themselves, and then once we all explain what we do, then we'll let Miss Lisa have her moment. So I'm going to mute my.
All right. Wow. So I have to. So who's going next? Are we having? Let's go to Candace down in the corner with the bunny ears. Candace.
Hi guys, Candace Griffin. I'm with Belmont Management Group, business development manager. We are a property management company and we are every realtor's best friend when it comes to property management. We partner with our realtors instead of you handing it off and being a little uneasy about, oh, when this investor goes to look for another property, are they going to go with Belmont or are they going to go back to me? Well, we make sure they go back to you. We're advertising for you every single month on their statement, your picture, a blurb from you, whether you write it or not. So that they're always circling back to you. And we're there in the beginning to take some things off of your plate, right? So your investor is looking for property. They're asking you, what do you think the rent will be on this property? That's when you call us. So you're not stuck having to do that extra work yourself. And you can sleep knowing that we got the comps right, especially in a time like this. So that is a little bit about what I do.
Love it. And Miss Candace is all about sharing. I do appreciate all the shares that you have done for me thus far. We've only known each other for a little bit of time, but I feel like I've known you forever and you're just such a sweet person. I really appreciate all you do. I actually reached out to her last night because before we even met, we were talking and texting and Facebooking, messaging and all that stuff. And then suddenly it was like, last night I'm like, I feel like we haven't spoken in forever.
That's how Candace is, right?
I was like, yes, someone's alive. Hi.
That's how she is. She's such a. I met her. We got introduced at the club, right? And you know, just became fast friends. And it's just she's got that personality that you know, you feel like you've known her for
Just have
forever.
instant chemistry with some people. You know, it's just you go through life that way, and it was like that for everyone I've met here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have an event coming up. We have a on May 5th. Candace, if you want to just give a shout out for that before I forget.
Hey.
What's happening on May 5th?
A mini mastermind to sort of like allow everyone to peek behind the curtain of investors, successful investors that have done this during the last downturn, how they weathered it, how they stumbled, how they got back up, the things they learned, et cetera, et cetera. So that'll be really fun.
It'll be something different. These are all people that are used to being real mastermind. So me trying to moderate that one, there's going to take a lot of scotch, or I don't know what I'm going to be drinking.
I already I handled that. I get it now.
No, they're, you know what? I want them to be that way. It's going to be fun. Just like this. This is fun. This is different. And people are responding. There's a lot of love going on my page. I just can't get to all of you. So love you, mean it. Thank you. Yes, I love the crown too. No, I don't wear it to bed. There's many, many questions out there. All right. So before we get to our speaker, why don't we talk to Eileen Winfrey down in the right-hand corner there. Oh, hold on. I muted you. You're unmuted.
I've unmuted now. So my name's Eileen Winfrey, and I am the broker and managing partner of the real estate store in Orlando. And I have a partner that owns the other office down in the Sarasota area. And I've been in real estate for over 20 years. We're also investors, and I work with a lot of investors. So Candace, you and I need to get in touch with each other. And just trying to get through this crazy shift in the real estate world and the virus, and making sure, we try to hold deals together. I had someone who called me today who wants to list their home. And, this is a hard time. I had one home that sold in one day. I have other homes that are not even being looked at. So it's the craziest time right now. So that's where I am right now. Just, trying to keep in touch with people, seeing if, any of my clients need anything, reach out. I started a support group for people. There's so many people we know in the community that have lost their jobs or are struggling right now. So just trying to reach out to everybody at this time.
And your booze game is good, from what I understand. Are you the Statue of, I love your outfit. I think of Statue of Liberty. I don't know why.
Okay, so this was from New Year's Eve, and I took off the Happy New Year's Eve and put my little, whatever on here, some little bling, rhinestone bling. So, because I wore the tiara the other day when I was on with you. So I thought
you did. We're all dressing up.
Yes,
all right, Rose.
me.
Rose Kemp popped on. Hi, Rose. Can you hear us?
Hey, Rose.
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Rose is dressed up as tequila. I don't know. I'm guessing. No?
Where are you?
Grabbed whatever I could. I've had these for like 10 years. I'm like, oh yeah.
I like it.
I'll just put on some costume stuff.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. All right, Rose, tell us a little bit about you. This is Rose Kemp, everyone.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rose Kemp. I am a realtor for 20 years, actually celebrating 20 years this month. Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. I'm with Remax Town Center. Always worked out of downtown, pretty much serve 5 counties in Central Florida. Love what I do, full-time agent. Have a 22-year-old daughter that I absolutely adore. I do get to spend time with her. Her and I can't stay away from each other.
Of course not.
And I'm just making the best of things. Thankfully, I've always worked from home because I did raise my daughter selling real estate. So I've always had my home set up and whatnot. But I will tell you, I totally miss going to places for meetings. I haven't worn heels in like a month. I'm like, oh my God. I finally put on some eyelashes today for Zoom. I'm like, my friend's like, so where are you going today that you did your makeup? I'm like, I'm going to go to Zoom chat with Ted. What is it coming down to?
I don't know, but it looks good. I like
I'm
the kitty cat
just trying to keep balance like everybody else, trying to do my best with my customers. And, I definitely find myself having conversations every day with colleagues, realtors that I'm in transactions with, a lot of anxiety, and my customers are feeling a lot of anxiety. And so I think we're like psychologists, just constantly letting them know it's going to be okay, even though inside I'm like, ah.
It's so true. All right, Ginette, welcome, Rose. Ginette, you'll do the honors of introducing Lisa.
Yes. So here we are. We have Miss Lisa from from Coaching Confidant. On Facebook, she's on as @Your Coaching Confidant, and she will explain all of her fun stuff that she has, and also give us a nice positive affirmation for today.
All right. Well, thank you, Ginette. You're always such a pleasure to partner with. And thank you, Ted, for the opportunity and for this platform. You guys are doing such an amazing job during this time. I have to give it to both of you. It's just been so inspiring to watch Ginette, how she has just made this whole time work. It's just been really amazing. I'm so proud of her, not just because she's my family, Family, but she is just really inspiring. And Ted, you too, giving us this opportunity, and just that's what it's all about. So I am the coaching confidant, and I have started this business based on all the business that I've done in my career. My background came from, I was a salon owner for over 20 years. So everything I do is image based. I was a model and an actor, also in the business of trade show marketing, representing top Fortune 500 companies at the highest levels of customer service and brand support. And I've decided, I've put a lot into representing other people, and everyone's always telling me, yo, you're so positive, you should do this, you should do that, you should even be a pastor. I'm like, a little too worldly for that. But I feel that I do have a gift of inspiring and empowering, and it feels so good to me. It feels so natural. And that's where the Coaching Confidant began. So my niches with the Coaching Confidant are everything from life coaching to brand culture, supporting businesses in their brand culture and in their first impressions. We know that there's a lot of successful businesses that are out there in their time when we're not in this moment. But they're known for their expertise, they're known for their food, they're known for so many things that they built their foundation on. But now they have people that are representing them that are not representing them in a consistent manner with what the business foundation was built. So I like to come in and partner with businesses on the elements of first impressions, first and foremost, representing a client with a lot of confidence, representing a brand with confidence, and knowing what it is that the experience and the takeaway should be. So that way this business continues to flourish, not walking in and you walk into a restaurant and you see someone with a terrible facial expression, bad body language, not welcoming, and the food is not something they're going to talk about. The ambiance is not going to be what they talk about. It's all about the experience. So I like to partner in helping to make that experience solid with business owners, realtors, restaurants, anyone, because first impressions, body language, confidence, that's what it takes to make the world go round. So that's what the Coaching Confidant is all about. And I'm just grateful to be here. I'm not going to lie, it's been very challenging for me because I've started my Coaching Confidant business and it's still in its development stages. My main business has been trade show marketing. So I've been hit very hard, and I'm also a instructor and mentor at a modeling and acting school. So everything that I do has been shut down. But the blessing in it all, because that's really what we have to keep our mind, is the fact that now I have the time to be able to really put and invest the time into my business and what I know that this will be my future. And the rest of the things that I do to sustain myself will be falling behind. So just very, very grateful to just every day keep our mind solid and continue to reinvent and grow and flow, because we were created for greatness, and this too shall pass. My motivation for today is really just, let's keep our mind strong. It's the most powerful thing that we embody. And I am definitely guilty of it myself. I have to give myself my own little self-talks. But when we lose that powerful mindset, like Rose was saying earlier, she was saying, I'm having to be like a psychologist and try to encourage my clients. But inside I'm going, well, all of us inside are dealing with a lot, but it's not what's happening to each of us. It's how we deal with it. And dealing with it in a crazy manner is not going to assist any of us. So really just focusing in on, hey, I got this. And everyone's going through a difficult time right now. Everyone has been affected and shook. This is the first time ever that we can say that everyone in some manner has been shook. So to be gentle with ourselves, to be loving with ourselves, and to really march to the beat of your drum right now, because this is all very new and everybody is getting through it in different ways. we can't watch each other and say we should be doing it this way, or we should be doing it that way, or in this time or that time. We can't put that type of pressure on ourselves. I really believe that we need to be gentle, love ourselves through it, and give ourselves time while we have time to reboot, to recharge, to refresh our mindsets, to ask ourselves what's been working, what isn't working, where do we feel our strengths lie, where do we feel our weaknesses lie, what are some of the things that we're wanting to implement that we haven't been able to implement, and to take charge. Those of us who are on here are all entrepreneurs, all working for ourselves. So it's a beautiful thing when, you know, you can call the shots. So not taking and putting too much pressure, give yourself time and schedule things that have to be scheduled with an urgency, but look at it, your schedules, and say, okay, well, I have too much going on here. Let me put a little bit time off so I can give myself time, because when this is over, we're back to the craziness and the madness. And that's the whole thing. When you guys think about it, have you all sat back and said to yourself, wow, it's like we just go, go, go. The world just continues to go crazy, crazy. You never have an opportunity to stop and smell the roses, to stop and see where your successes have been, to stop and see how you've grown, to just stop and see what the next step's going to be. We just have become robots. So I say, enjoy yourself as the royalty that you are. I chose to dress in a royalty type of a way with a fascinator. I learned that this was called the fascinator because Ginette and I, we were invited to a wedding. Our friend Gemma, she's from England, and she had a wedding and we all had to wear fascinators, and we're like, what's a fascinator? Okay, we knew what it was, but we didn't know what it was. So anyway, I wanted to wear this fascinator, and in the spirit of royalty, people that are royal, they are known and they're magnified by their jewels, by their adornments, by their crowns. I say, let's stand in the brilliance of our royalty. What we were created to be, each of us as kings and queens in our own rights. We all were blessed and gifted with so many amazing talents. We are blessed with resilience and strength. And we have had an opportunity to really see what we're made of during this time. So without worrying about the outward adornments, the inward adornments and the inward gifts of royalty that we have, stay in that mindset and allow that to be what gets you through the rest of this time. And we're all going to be better and bigger because of it. I feel that this is kind of like we're going through birth. For those of us who have had a baby, or if you know a friend who has had a baby, you go through your labor pains. And some of us choose to have an epidural and some of us don't. So I feel like this time right now is going through birth without an epidural.
I don't know. Mine's a little bit like an epidural.
Yes.
I'm not sure what I walked into, but I am not birthing any more babies. I'm just making that clear right now.
You know, I want to piggyback on something that you mentioned that I think is really, really important with everything we have going on around us. Something I've realized right now on a day-to-day basis is that some people sadly are going through this very upset. Some people are displaying anger. Some people are displaying sadness. Some people have over-the-top anxiety, and it seems like a tiny little issue that's really not an issue. They're amplifying it. And I think that it's really important for us to be the reason, be the voice of reason, and be able to understand that we're going to be dealing with people every day that are going to be a little hostile, a little aggressive, anxiety, and they sometimes want to take you down that rabbit hole. And you almost got to just put them in timeout for a minute so that you can like kind of digest and process that it's their emotions and their anxiety that they're trying to shove on you. So you have to kind of stop and take a moment to look at everything and then be able to help them calm down. So you, like, if you remain calm and you remain with a smile on your face and you say, listen, we're in this together and we're all together to find solutions. We're going to run into situations all day long, every day. They're going to be uncomfortable right now because that's what we're going through. So I think remaining calm for others and just trying to keep that smile on the face and just remembering that when they are acting that way, don't let them turn you around, because once you get aggressive towards them, it just ruins your day and it ruins your mojo and all the great things we're trying to do. to keep ourselves healthy and mentally strong. So
Right.
I say, don't let people take you down that rabbit hole. Keep a
Right.
sense of humor. And
I love
remember-
Just
it,
moment by
Rose.
moment. Our thoughts have to be just moment by moment right now. Beyond moment by moment, we just don't know what's going to happen. So as I was saying, when we have that birth and we give birth and this time is over, we are going to have that new baby, the new baby of this new place that we're in. And I really feel like everybody's going to be feeling refreshed and excited and decide, there you go, Ted. And they're going to
Rocking that baby.
you know what? I got through the hardest time of my life, and this is it's gonna be amazing. So just stick with it, one moment, one thought at a time. And the one thing I'd like to share with Rose,
Oh, go ahead.
those people
I'm not
that
interrupting.
are freaking out right now, Ginette and I are partnering together, and we are going to be doing something through Metamorphosis called the happy half hour of power with Lisa. So we're going to be offering a happy half hour, because with Zoom we have 40 minutes. So we're going to call it a half hour to be able to just infuse some inspiration and empowerment to people like that need that for now.
Yeah.
Right.
Kat, you have to speak, because you came in and you have a crown on, I think, or I can't tell.
Oh, no, that's a crown. I made that crown for my granddaughter.
It's very pretty.
Wow.
Thank you.
The flower is here. Tell us a little bit about you, Kat.
I'm not birthing babies ever again. I can tell you that much. Hey, Monique, I met you years and years and years ago.
Yes, you
Nice to
did.
see you.
Many years ago. Nice to
Yes.
see you again.
I'm Kat. I'm a title agent, director of business development at Mortgagee Title. So I am one of those that sits. Well, fortunately, I sit in an office because I'm still employed, so that's a good thing. We're open, but I am one of those targets that Rose was talking about. Every day, somebody targets me because of what they are going through. I get that because literally in the title world, that hasn't changed too much. It's usually like that on an everyday basis. But it's definitely, you can see where the people that usually wouldn't do it are doing it. And so you do have to sit back and go, okay, why? What are the whys? So, but it's all good. I mean, for the most part, people are generous and kind and, are understanding, and everyone's working together to get through this situation. And, I know that my wine intake has increased by ridiculous amounts, but
Hello.
maybe added a little whiskey to that as well, because wine doesn't always cut it when you get home from work, but life's good. All's good.
Good. All right. So I have a question for Lisa. First impression, you made that, you said that earlier, and it stuck with me. I think people say that they know what they're doing on their first impression, but a lot of people don't. And sometimes people will show up to an interview or to a first time I've met them, and usually they're trying to figure out how they can do business with me. And all I can think about is, that's what you wore? Did you bathe today? I mean, I know these are horrible things to say,
That is absolutely horrible.
and then your dudes, especially dudes, you don't have to wear the same shoes you wore in the 8th grade. It's time to
don't be talking about 8th grade again, okay? Stop that.
Something new, but I feel like first impressions are so important.
Yes.
And I try not to judge, God forgive me, but I do. And so
He's
they'll
very
walk away and I
judgy.
think, how am I going to trust a client with you when you don't care enough to take care of yourself to show up to a meeting? And by showing up, it's not just physical, it's your presence, it's how you present yourself. So can you talk a little bit about that, since you mentioned it earlier about how important first impressions are?
Well, I love that you said that, because first impressions are everything, and they're made in the first 4 seconds of meeting someone. A lot of employers, they spend money with coaches on marketing, on this and in that. They need to start first with a coach that's going to help with the first impressions, because your marketing or anything else is not going to matter if the first impression isn't there. So remember that and promote me in that way, because that's where I need to support. People don't get it. So yes, when it comes to first impressions, body language, 70% of our communication is body language. So the body language of how we're presenting ourselves with the facial, what our gestures are looking like, smile, no smile, fidgeting, posture, clothing, like you said, if you're not going to present yourself properly with the way that you're dressed, adaptability. you know, depending on who it is you're meeting with, because those are the very important aspects of understanding that we need to be very adaptable, especially in the real estate market and businesses like that. You're meeting with all walks, shapes of life, all ages, all ethnicities. Sometimes we have to adapt, and you're not going to want to dress for a networking event like you're going to go and hit the club, you know, unless it's the Citrus Club. I had to clear that up because you two, you met at the club.
We did. We met.
Still, don't come to the Citrus Club like you're going to a club, though, because we see that too, don't we?
Because they'll kick you out.
They'll kick you out. I love your dress, Eileen. You look very, very fabulous. Beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You were at home in your house. I have to
I
know.
am in the pool.
You are my
Expensive.
On my, I'm floating around on my peacock in the pool.
Are you literally in the pool?
Yes,
Oh.
I am. I am in the pool.
Can't make that stuff up
Your
either.
neighbors are like, she's losing it back there.
No, they're
Losing it.
totally like, that's the way she always is.
They've given up, Eileen.
They have. I know.
I think what you said about the 4 seconds is important too, because I feel like when somebody comes to sit down and have a meeting, they don't realize you really are being sized up immediately. I mean, the fact that I'm still friends with the majority of the people on this particular show, I'm kidding. The 4 seconds can really make a difference in how you think and how you want to do business.
Absolutely.
It's just, I always try to encourage people. Like I had somebody come that wanted to dress me. And, you know, Stacy does all the dressing of me.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
but I looked at them and I thought, okay, your shoes aren't polished. You look like that outfit hasn't been washed or dry cleaned. Why in God's name would I utilize you to dress me when you can't even dress yourself?
Exactly.
It's like getting a personal trainer that doesn't take care of themselves. Why would you hire?
Yes. Mhm.
Yes, I've heard about these people called personal trainers.
Right.
What are those things?
I don't know.
Or an
I know.
esthetician
Yeah.
with that skin.
That's right. But also it's like the skincare people too. And I'm not picking on different industries, but it's like, so you've got skincare and I'm like, okay, are we in the beginning stage of skincare and you're showing me what it's like in the beginning? Or, and I don't mean to be mean, Eileen, but it's
true.
you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
It's so
Don't you know
crazy.
all your skincare people are
You
like,
get this
I hope
one
he's not
opportunity.
talking about me.
You get one opportunity
For
to
impression.
first
That's
impression.
it. Absolutely.
What he said about us on the first impression.
That's why I said it.
Oh, I'll
I'm
tell
real happy you two are
I'll
still
tell
here.
the
I don't know
folks
how
I'm
you made it.
friends with my first impression of Ted when I met him
Yeah,
many
it's not
years
good.
ago.
So anyway, I didn't mean to take over, but that first impression thing just stuck with me when you said it. I just feel like people need to take that more seriously and really, if you're trying to get business, dress up like you're trying to get business.
It's so important.
It is like even
It
like
is.
Ginette. If Jeanette's coming and talking to me about butterfly dreams, I'd probably be disappointed if she's not dressed.
Like a butterfly,
Yes,
Like a butterfly.
like her beautiful butterfly
I
nest.
want that. That's what I'm expecting. So if you're going to market yourself and put it out there, I think it's super important that you know your audience and you know what you need to do and how you need to present yourself.
Exactly. And we'll
Box over. Sorry.
I have a talk, Ted.
I would also like to interrupt here because it's also, you know, since we're doing everything now virtual, and if we're going live, for instance, you know, not to throw Monique under the bus, but when earlier we were almost at that live stage, that's why it's like, okay, everyone just smile because you're about to go live. And then we're talking about, oh my gosh, my hair needs to be, not that that's anything bad, but I mean, those first few seconds that somebody sees live right away, they're getting to know us and that, and yes, we're being silly with each other because we know each other. But I mean, if we were doing an interview, you know, Ted and I was just all like, oh,
Yes, smile.
so I'm like, oh, okay. And then I totally changed my tune. You want to be able to show yourself, you know, within that, like she said, 4 seconds and thereafter. And Ted is, you're great because you make us feel all comfortable when you do the interviews and everything, and you take the lead. And, you know, I was nervous, Monique was nervous, you know, we get nervous. And a lot of times people are like, I couldn't tell you're nervous. And I said, well, that's great, but you made me feel very comfortable. So again, it's all in that, whether we're live, whether we're, you know, in person, you always have to make sure that, I always say, because I've come from a performance background, entertainer, we're on stage. So we're on stage almost all the time, especially now with virtual. You have to remember, as soon as that camera starts, you are on stage. So just smile and be yourself.
So may I ask a question? We have, you know, we have a happy hour. So I want to make sure I get that because there's so many people and I want to hear from everyone. Is it all right if I pose a question that I've been asking people? I think it's important for people to hear. Like, we're all dressed up now. We all know each other. I think, I know everybody here. And I feel like it's so important, the interaction. But people will look at this and go, well, they're all put together, crown and all. They're all put together. They know what they're doing. They're professionals. They're good at what they do. So of course it's easy for them. They must be just doing amazingly well during the quarantine. And so what I love to ask everybody is, what are you doing positive? What are you doing creative? I asked Monique this earlier. What are you doing to stay afloat, stay positive, not let the outside impact you so much so that you can continue to be successful during the quarantine? And I'll start down in the bottom with Eileen and kind of work that way. So Eileen, how about you?
Why am I at the bottom?
That is not for this show, Eileen. That is for another show.
Oh my goodness, that is so rude.
I'm gonna just skip over that and let you answer.
Okay. So, I'm very active on social media, and I started a support group as soon as we had, you know, right before lockdown and everything. And I'm really trying to push out, you know, positive vibes every day and giving people information, because I do the same thing in my real estate. So I thought, you know, I'm pretty good at the way I've been doing this in real estate. So I can do this to give information about, you know, COVID-19. And it's the oddest thing how people call me and text me and say, so what have you heard about the Small Business Association loans? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm really good with Google and I'll give you all the information I have. So, you know, it's endearing that they reach out to me and think that I'm a positive influence, and I've defriended and unfriended and blocked many people over the last couple of weeks, because if you're going to post things that are negative, either on my page or on Facebook, just in general, I don't want to have anything to do with you. I mean, we're here to help people and support people. And what can we do? It's, you know, it's the whole philosophy, love thy neighbor. Like, let's get at it, people. And, you know, just be positive, because if not, we're all going to be in a deep depression. So that's kind of where I am.
All right, I'm just going to keep going around and then end with Lisa, if that's okay, since she's the speaker. Monique, how about you?
Well, just almost exactly what Eileen just said. A lot of Facebook, a lot of networking. Everybody gets my birthday little cupcake every morning. I do that all the time. But I just make sure everybody gets them. I've been sharing. I shared for somebody today on their page. And I just called a few agents. I booked a few inspections because Claude's still working. I just booked him Thursday. And I had called the listing agent for the code, the CBS code. And, you know, when they answer, I just go, hi, this is Monique. Hi, how are you? This is Monique from Southeast Inspections. How are you today? You know, I'm trying to lift up myself. And then, oh, she's so fine, you know, but I think if I would just say, hello, this is Monique from Southeast, I think she would have gotten that cold shoulder. But right away, she gave me the code and she goes, well, I'm going to stop by and meet your husband on Thursday. And so I'm just trying to stay very, very, very positive. We're going to Canada in August. And let me tell you, I told somebody else yesterday, we're going. We're going. We're going.
I think you told me.
In August. And it's all about being positive. And I said, I'm trying to perk up. I'm told a few agents, hey, let me share something for you. Do you need help? Does your family need help? Does any kids need help for lunch, breakfast? I'll bring them some. I mean, I'm just trying to just do as much as I can from here and being positive. That's the main thing, is feeling good and going to sleep at night and feel good the day after, I can have more of another good day. We have to make it a good day. Like Lisa said, we
Make
just,
it a good day. I like that.
Yes.
that's what I'm doing.
All right. How about you, Candace?
Well, I am traditionally an eternal optimist. I'm that person some people really want to punch in the face over it sometimes. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, the bright side is, and they're just like, shut up, I just want to be mad right now,
People do. That's smart. Yeah, they do.
I've been that way since I was born. It's just how I'm wired. And so for me, it's been an awful lot of really spending a lot of time with the kids, getting to know them academically. It's funny what they are capable of 9 to 2 that I have never seen from them. They're calm, sane little humans that sit there and do their schoolwork. And no wonder the teachers always say they do a good job at school and then they're maniacs when they get home to me. It's just that those are the hours they can do this, right? So witnessing that's fun. And lots and lots of like 1990s style outdoor activities, right? Like bike riding, hiking, running, just outside with my kids. That's how I'm maintaining my, and lots of it.
The first person. I can't believe that wasn't the first answer. I just.
Zoom. Okay, Zoom is saving my life. I miss my people. Okay, I miss these faces. I get all like, oh. I'm a hugger too. Like this is a lot.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, it is.
All right. How about you, Rose?
Let's see. I'm trying to be purposeful every day in what I do. As far as number one, taking care of myself. In order for me to be able to be the best person I can be and remain who I am and be able to deal with all of the challenges, because there's been a lot of challenges when it comes to real estate. So I'm making sure in the mornings, trying to have my shakes, taking my vitamins, going out for walks. I have some weights here at home, taking those little breaks because we're on the computer so much right now. Everything's on the computer. So taking those little like mental breaks, going outside, take a couple of deep breaths, little meditation, a little Joel Osteen, a little Tony Robbins, Les Brown, memories, pictures. And I'm like, okay, we're going to get through this. This is, yes, it's completely something that we never expected and none of us have ever gone through. But at the end of the day, we all have gone through some very serious challenges before, business-wise and personally. And so I have to reflect on the fact that I've been able to get through those challenges and how did I do it? And that's prepared us for what we're going through now. So, when I'm having a tough day or somebody, just rah, 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 and you just kind of I have to save myself. I purposefully do things to get myself feeling good again. And that's the best way I can operate. And then of course, staying relevant in my business. Staying relevant, meaning I'm trying to make sure I'm getting educated. I'm a director at Aura. I'm making sure that I'm on top of that stuff. I'm with communications committee. We're putting out information for, actually, we just put out a podcast with information for consumers to help our business, help our industry, educate people, because a lot of times the fear and the anxiety comes from fear of not knowing what's happening and basically anxiety from not being educated on, oh my God, can I still sell or not sell? So I feel like doing those little things to help my own industry makes me feel good inside and it makes me feel proud. And that's what's keeping me relevant. I want to make sure we're all okay and we all come out okay out of this. And that's it. It's going to end. It'll pass.
It will.
It will.
We're going to have great skin and we're going to be able to wear our high heels. My knee's going to heal because I have a bad knee. So now I'm not wearing heels for a while. I'm going to be running in heels. I'm an optimistic person and positive too, that's who I am.
How about you, Kat?
It might be a little bit different for me because I'm working more now. I average 12 to 14 hours a day.
Wow.
Our roles have changed a lot because normally, my job is director of business development. So I'm like a TED female version. I am all over the place all the time. I am extremely social and I go to something almost every day, networking, meetings, what have you. So this is really curtailed who really is. It's very difficult and challenging for me. but it's a growth period too. So I'm putting in crazy, and I always worked a lot, but now I'm 12 to 14 hours a day sitting at a computer. That's an adjustment for someone that doesn't do that regularly. But I'm retraining myself. I've taken some online courses. I am now, these realtors I work with are going to go, what? I'm Ron certified. Just in case you know that. So I'm
You
waiting
said the R word. I can't
Yeah.
believe it.
I know. Well, the thing about that though is lenders are not on board. So don't get all excited about because your lender's not doing it. But in the title world, probably I still have some paperwork coming back from the state, but probably about 7 to 10 days I can do a seller side if need be. So that's good. So you're educating, which actually brings positivity to me because I feel better about myself because I now have the time to do it. I have the time and the retraining at what I do. I mean, I've been doing this for 19 years. I know I'm one of the best in the business, but it never hurts to keep educating yourself. You know, Rose says that a lot. So I do, but that's on the business side because I want to be relevant. I want to continue to be relevant in our industry. I want to be one of the survivors like I was in the 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10 era. You know, I came out, I'm still here. But I'm also doing other things for, to relieve the pressure or the stress. Like, I'm gonna start doing them more often. I do once in a blue moon, I'll go Facebook Live and do a video. And a lot of times it's for fun. But sometimes, I mean, it's fun and you just have to, I don't call anybody out. I call the story out. And I always feel better after I call the story out because there are some crazy ass people in our industry. But that's fun, right? It's a relief. Like you get to say it without being mean to anybody or you know, telling the person you want to say you're a jackass. I'm not really calling them a jackass because I didn't say their name. But and then on a personal side, you know, we have a huge renovation project going on, so that's time consuming, but I'm very crafty too. So I'm always crafting. I make shirts all the time. In fact, I made a shirt the other night and it said, Alexa, bring me my wine. And she still has not brought me my wine. But
I want that to work so
And
badly.
your t-shirt that says you're essential.
Oh, I made a t-shirt that says #essential. I wear that to work. And I made one for my granddaughter too, because she is essential. So I'm doing craft stuff to, you know, at home. I don't have the time though at home like I thought I might with this quarantine because my hours are so, you know, so immense. But I'm not, I wouldn't trade it. Does that make sense? Yes. I mean, it's hard for me still to not go anywhere and not hang with people and not hug like you were saying. I'm a hugger too. And that's very difficult for me. But I don't know. I guess you find your strengths and weaknesses when you're forced to find them,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Right. And I told Eileen, because I'm a religious person, I'm a believer, but I'm not a churchgoer. I'm not a Sunday worshiper, that kind of thing. I was raised, you know, with faith, and I still have faith. But I have turned on a few podcasts recently, you know, and listened to the word to see, you know, and I'm still kind of dial changing a lot because not all of it suits everybody, but you know, you're finding things that you normally wouldn't do that make you feel better. So what you got to do.
It does make you feel better.
It does.
And I'm still allowed to swear. I haven't been struck by lightning.
Oh no, we're not allowing any of that.
All right, Ginette, how about you?
So basically with me, I just try to stay in the light and I try to encourage everybody else to stay in the light as much as possible. For me, I do have my ups and downs. I mean, I had a little hiccup earlier today, but needless to say, I just try to keep on staying positive. I keep myself busy. I'm trying to create different activities for both children and for grown-ups to keep their mind off of the norm and what's happening in the world. And I just try to keep going that way. So that's why I'm just building up my business. I feel like that's what's keeping me going mostly. And I have been so busy that I have to actually tell myself, okay, take a second. And yesterday I watched movies all day. My brain was just completely fried, and to the point where I couldn't even like form words. Like I was just that tired because my Easter was really busy bringing magic and dreaminess to people all over Central Florida. So again, I go on sometimes on Facebook Lives and just to say hello, usually when I'm taking my walk. That is another thing for me, is getting outside in the sunshine. I'm not a person that likes to lay out. I'm very fair. I have gotten a farmer's tan right now, which Monique won't really care for. Monique is my mom, by the way, everyone. And so therefore, I go out there, I get my workout in, I get my dog going. She's 14, she likes to walk. I like to see her get all excited to be out for a walk. I'm trying to lose some lbs as well, but I know getting out and listening to my music or talking on the phone or all the above while I'm out there helps me keep going. And then sometimes I get on Facebook Live and I get messages from people saying, oh my gosh, it was so great to see you and you're being so positive and everything. I'm not going to lie and say I don't have my ups and downs. I do, I do have my moments, but as much as I'm trying to keep going, I feel like my business is pushing me to do that. And whether it helps other people, which I know it is, whether it's a video message out to Canada or down to South Florida, we're doing party Zooms for people that can't have their parties. We're doing all that fun stuff. So that little bit of enjoyment and joy and magic that I'm bringing to other people's lives makes me feel very positive. And you can just ask Monique, my mom and everything, like when I get a video back from a child that got so excited seeing their favorite character, leaving them a message, I literally start crying. So, I mean, all of that is bringing me so much joy. So that's what I've been doing to keep myself positive and keep myself going is my business. And then also trying to be there for other people too, and just stay in the lane and stay in positive vibes.
That's awesome.
That's a
All right,
great.
I'm going to have you wrap it up, Lisa. Tell us what you're doing, because the coach, people think the coach has it 1,000% together. And so if you can kind of share some of the things that you're doing, we will wrap it up with you. And shout out to my 5 o'clock happy hour. I'm a few minutes behind. I just want to give you kisses. So wrap it up for us, Lisa.
This coach does not have it 100% together. Nobody does, it's been a challenging time. I'm going to be very transparent about that. Not working is very difficult, but I think that Rose and I have a lot in common when it comes to our methods of the day, as well as Kat. I am a very spiritual person. And when I coach and when I speak, you have to walk a very thin line, because we have some God people and we have some people that are not for God. So whatever it is that you feel is your power, whatever I say, interpret it the way that you need to for yourself. But I start my day off, really, I force a smile onto my face, and I start my day that way. And I say 3 times, this is the day the Lord God's made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And I say it loud with a smile on my face 3 times.
Watch this.
And say to myself, I am grateful for all that I have. I'm grateful for all that I've had, and I'm grateful for all that's to come. And then I pray for about 10 minutes with my other half. God has been good and blessed me with an amazing man. And one of the things that I manifested and envisioned was a God-fearing man. And he loves to pray. So we pray for 10 minutes in the morning on our knees for our family, our friends, and ourselves. And then we go for a very long walk. We've been going 3 to 4 times a week for 2-hour walks. 2-hour walks, God bless. So during that time, it's just time of him and I talking about positive things. We'll listen to positive speakers as well. I'm a total fan of the Hillsong channel, Kat. If you haven't been turned on to the Hillsong channel, 52.2, it is phenomenal. The Hillsong channel, Hillsong is a group out of Australia, and they started this whole movement, and they have everyone from Joel Osteen, T.D. Jakes, Joyce Myers, all of the best speakers, a lot of powerful women speakers. They have great worship and music in between. I love that channel. So I'm into definitely finding the word and God's promises through this time. I know that that's what's getting me through. I love listening to Les Brown. If you guys need that positive encouragement, like Rose said, Les Brown will always be that for you, as well as Vincent Peale. Whenever you're listening to him, his voice is kind of not as attractive to listen to, but his message is phenomenal. And if you just give it a little bit of time, you get over the voice and you get into his words. And he's so encouraging. And he wrote the book, the Power and Positive of a Positive Mind, Power in a Positive Mind. So check out Vincent Peale. So walks, prayer, speakers, that has always been my oxygen during any difficult times in my life. Preparing for my divorce, preparing for my mother's death, I immersed myself in positive speakers. And you can YouTube anytime, any day, anything that it is that you need for that day, because from one day to the next, it changes. So if it's resilience that you're dealing with, if it's focus that you're dealing with, if it's faith, if it's fear, whatever it is, just YouTube that topic and you will get so many speakers on that. And you listen to it and it's oxygen and it gets you through your day. Make sure that you don't start your day with emails. Don't start your day with Facebook. Start your day with infusing a positive message, because whatever we think shall be. So if we're really, really focusing on the wrong types of things or watching everybody else do their thing and you're not feeling like you're doing your thing, then you start having negative talk with yourself. Also, listen to your thoughts. Change that channel. You have the remote control of that channel. Just like we change the channel, if something on TV is boring or not for us, we change the channel. We have the channel changer for our mind in our hand. Sure. So if something's not coming on right in that brain of ours, we need to change it, and we need to change it quick, because the devil knows our shortcomings. The devil knows our buttons to push, and you give him a little inch, he'll take a yard and take over. And we can't allow that to happen. We're more than conquerors. We are so strong. And we were created for greatness. So I just wish you guys all well, and keep me in mind. If there's anything that I can do for you via Zoom, if I could do anything for any groups that you're with that I can partner with you on, I'm all about empowering, inspiring, and helping you to feel and be the best you that you were created to be.
Fantastic. All right. So I have to head out. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for everybody being on. I had to mute Eileen for a minute because she was making lots of noise.
I was trying to get out of the pool.
I love all you guys.
Be
Thank
quiet.
you so much. Thank you, Lisa, for coming on as a special person.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ginette, for organizing this. Thank you guys for dressing up. And we're going to do another one. So we'll plan it. We'll let you know. Let's get some more people on here. I'm not sure how we're going to control that. I'm going to let Ginette.
Is it every Tuesday? Every Tuesday?
Cheers. Cheers to everybody.
Here's to everybody. Nice to meet all of you.
Thank you.
Have a great evening.
Bye. Thank you.